Hari Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, जय जय श्री राम गिरिधारी चैतन्य महाप्रभु की सर्वज्ञ विनाश लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की पतित पावन शील प्रभुपाद की जय गौ हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Welcome you all for day 13 of the Bhagavad Gita session. So today we'll learn about chapter 12, which is devotional service. Here Krishna will explain about the different types of devotional service, mainly the personalist and impersonalist. And this chapter is the last chapter in the 6 chapters that are dedicated to Bhakti Yoga. So this is a very important chapter. So please turn on your video for better attention and stay away from any distraction. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. You can start.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Once again, welcome to all. And today is the chapter 12, devotional service. Almost what we are practicing is only to, I can say, progress in our life in spiritual, and that is devotional service. Today, we'll be seeing Krishna how he is compassionate on the conditioned souls, how many options he is giving to become a devotee. So let us start with prayers by chanting Mangalacharya. Please join with me and by follow dance we can all chant Mangalacharya prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Om Ishtapadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataga Swaminiti Ramini Namacharya Patha Nidhakrupadaaya Gauragata Ramaraya Nidhakramatarane Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Grimat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramanandam Madhavam Shri Chaitanya. So as usual, let us offer our obeisances, our gratitude and thanks to His divine grace. Avai Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of this ISKCON, and by whose mercy we are able to understand this transcendental or divine knowledge. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So in yesterday's chapter, in Vishwarupa, what did we see? The universal form. Here under the acronym Rupa, Krishna Arjuna is asking the question. In the 10th chapter, it was Vibhuti Yoga. He was saying Krishna is present in everything. So how by knowledge you'll be able to see Krishna everywhere. Now Arjuna is asking, I want to see that now. Can you show us the universal form, how we are, I can say, expanded or pervaded all over the world? Then now Vishwarupa, the universal form Krishna is shown. And the prayers of Arjuna, the most important thing was, yesterday we learned how should we accept the Lord. As soon as we enter the temple, how should we offer obeisances or glorification. First the glorification, then the obeisances, then apology. Many times we have committed many mistakes unknowingly. So knowingly or unknowingly, I might have been offended you or your devotees. Please forgive me. That's the prayers. Then, if we have any request, we can ask. So this is the process. And the original form of the Lord is Dvija. Bhuja, that is two bhujas, that is two-armed form, that is Krishna. The expansion of Krishna is Vishnu or all the other. Yeah. And today also we know some important topics, how to worship or how to meditate on them. And in this 12th chapter, under Godhead, options and devotees disposition. So the most important thing, how to improve in this spiritual way or the spiritual life. So what should we control and what should we engage? We're engaging into things, it's very subtle things. That is from the day when we have started chanting. And from the day third, we have started offering to the Lord. And from ninth day, we are requesting everyone to offer one meal to the Lord. Which comes under Sattva mode of goodness. Practicing this, what are we doing? We're actually purifying the only one sense of us, that is the tongue. The most important. Tongue is having two qualities. One is speaking, another is tasting. And we are avoiding or purifying the tongue by unwanted speech, by making the tongue to chant Hare Krishna. And we are making the tongue to taste the prasadam, the divine prasadam of the Lord, where we get purified internally, externally. So we will be able to understand what is the reality or the purpose of life. Other than Krishna consciousness, how people are entangled in this material world by only this tongue, by speaking unwantedly. And there is no requirement to speak, but still you speak, and unwantedly you accumulate karma. A small story. Actually in Kannada we say, Mardaur Papa Ardaur Bayil. What is the meaning of this? Somebody is committing a sinful act. And a person who gets that? Not that person. Actually, who's speaking about this, he will get that sinful reactions. Yes, we'll come to know in this story. It is very subtle. So never you can think that whatever I'm doing, everything is perfect. Even intelligent persons also engage in such kind of activities. So once what happened in a kingdom, the king was a very pious person. So he was celebrating his birthday. So he wants to feed everyone sumptuously. Let it be any living entity in this kingdom he wants to feed. He had a different counters for the Brahmanas with all the Sattva items, varieties of items. For Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras, and below the Shudras, there are so many categories, Chandalas, everyone. And after that, even for the dogs, cats, birds, animals, everything was fed sumptuously. So in this way, in a grand way, he was celebrating his birthday. And everyone were taking the prasadam, they were going to their house, they were giving to their families. In this way, everyone were happy. During this time, what happened? One Brahmana, he came with his bowl to collect the prasadam. He had prasadam. So he collected the prasadam. Meanwhile, what happened? At that time, one eagle was attacking. It was searching for its prey. So it got a poisonous snake. It got hold of that snake and it was just flying on the sky. At that time, this person who was Brahmana was carrying that bowl of prasadam, the house. That snake, to escape from the eagle, it was just trying to bite the eagle and it was spitting the poison. That poison fell into the bowl of this Brahmana. Then he went to house where the whole family, they started eating that prasadam or the lunch or whatever the dish. The whole Brahmana family died because of eating this poison. Clear? That's it. Now, who's having the problem? The Yamadharmaraj. Because for every action, there is result. So it is the duty of Yamadharmaraja to know, because he is Dharmaraj, is the personification of dharma, religion, to know what is right or wrong. So he has to give the results accordingly. Now even he is confused. In this courts we have many cases which goes on for years together. Some pending cases, they say. Whenever it comes to light, because there cannot be any results to that case. There are many such kind of cases where there cannot be any solution to it. Such kind of a problem is this also. Now the Dharmaraja is thinking, to whom should I give this? Because Brahmahatya Papa is not an ordinary thing, killing a Brahmana. And here the whole family of Brahmana is dead. So who should get these results? Such a sinful act is this. So can this be given to king? King is celebrating, is so selflessly serving the whole citizens. How can this sin can go to king? No, it cannot be given to him. So okay, can it be given to the eagle? No. Eagle, that is the food. Snake is the food to the eagle. That is prey. So he has just hunted it and it is carrying. Can we give this to the snake? No way. Why? It is trying to save his life. That is the only protection it has, to bite poison. And that is also, now it's not even living. And can we give this to Brahmana? Hare, that's prasadam to serve this family. He was a responsible person. So how could we give this to Brahmana? So this case became a pending case. Yamadharmaraja said, let it be. There'll be some time to give, to whom to give this. And later, but what happened? After a few months, a person was searching for this king. He came on the way, but he was not knowing the way how to go to this palace. So he asked one lady who was in the roadside. She was selling these flowers. So he asked, my dear lady, can you say which way to go to the palace? Then she said, oh, that king who poisoned the Brahmana family and killed them. That king you are asking, oh, that is the side. This is the way to go to his palace. That's it. Yamadharmaraja said, she is the right lady to get all the sinful reaction, the Brahmahatya Papa, complete Brahmahatya family, the whole family's death result. What is that? That sinful result. Everything was given to that lady because a single word she used, that he is the person who has committed this mistake. Unknowingly, even Yamadharmaraja is not able to find a result for it. And she is claiming that the king was the person who killed this Brahmana. And this whole result was given to that lady. In this way, in our life, unnecessarily how much we are speaking, how much we are talking about others. We have so many names to others, A person is committed some small mistake, something he has committed. So we always keep his name in that way only. He'll say he's a short person, he's a tall person, he's a fat person, insulting others and doing unnecessary talk. Unknowingly, we are committing so many sinful, not even committing, we are just taking the results of others' acts. A person is fat, how it bothers me. A person is tall or a short person, is black, is white. Or he might have been committed some mistake in his life, something has happened. How it matters to me, why should I, not I can say insult him or do something by my speech? In this way, unwantedly, yesterday I was saying, going and asking apology with the Lord, knowingly or unknowingly I have committed mistakes. But knowingly we are committing every day, in every talk we are committing one or the other mistake by chastising others or insulting others or doing something or the other. Without knowing to us how many results, karmic results, sinful results we are acquiring, accumulating in our life. Definitely we have to face all the results, whatever we are. It takes us to many millions of lifetimes. Birth, death, old age. Disease in this way, you have to suffer in all the lifetimes. And it can be even a dog life, cat life, hog life. You would say. You should be very careful. So human life especially is very important to get liberate ourselves from this cycle of birth and death. Okay. So now let us go further. So today's acronym is God, G-O-D, God, Godhead options and devotees disposition. Bhakti Yoga. That is the ultimate yoga. Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, then Bhakti Yoga. Wherever you are, ultimately you have to reach Bhakti Yoga to make perfection. To liberate from this material world or escape from the cycle of birth and death. Without Bhakti Yoga, no way. Somewhere or the other, you will be trapped in this material world. Even by doing many pious things, everything, you go to the heavenly planets, once again, you fall down from there. So it's only Bhakti Yoga which you liberated from this material. Most important thing here, how to worship the Lord. Krishna is clarifying here. An immediate answer. As soon as Arjuna is asking the question, Krishna is giving the answer for this. See here, you can see Arjuna is asking, Arjuna Vacha. After seeing the universal form, after hearing so many things, now he's having a doubt. Many worshippers in different philosophy, a different way they worship the Lord. Now Arjuna is having a question, which way to worship you? What is the right way? Yeah. Evam satata yuktaye bhaktastvam paryupasate ye chapi aksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamaha. Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect? Those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifest, which is correct. Whether it should be with form, should we worship you, or should we worship something called as light, something called as unmanifest, something called as nothing is existing, there is no form, in that way? How should I worship you? Immediately Krishna is answering in his next verse. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Vishamano Ye Mam Nitya Yukta Upasate Shraddhaya Parayopetas Eme Yukta Tamam Mataha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect. It's very clear answer. Krishna is clarifying. It is me only, Krishna. In the 10th chapter, Aham sarvasya prabhava matta sarvam pravartate. It's only me, Krishna, with my Krishna form who is worshipping me. He is the most perfect person. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlabha. Bahunam janmanam ante. Many, after many lifetimes, he who actually understands that Vasudeva sarvamiti, the cause of all causes, it is Krishna. And he worships him. He is the most perfect. There are many other forms also, but the most perfect is Krishna form. You can worship even other Vishnu Tattvas because it is all the equal, it's the expansion of Lord Krishna. But if you go in other way, other worship, it is not the right way that we are taking. And see Krishna in the last 18th chapter also, you can see that Krishna is giving independence to everyone, even to Arjuna. Yes, giving the independence. After explaining the whole Bhagavad Gita, he says, Arjuna, it's up to you now. I completely explained all that, what I can say, confidential knowledge, secrets of secrets, all it's been revealed to you now. Complete knowledge is given to you. You take a call. You take your decision. You can take because I have given the independence to you. That's what Krishna has given to us. Never ever he'll snatch the independence that he has given to us. But the knowledge has been given to you. And it is, I should take the decision. It's me who have to take the decision. So Krishna, the last Arjuna says, Vachanam karishyetama. I just come out of all my illusion. Now, Krishna, whatever you order, I'm ready to. Because I have understood the ultimate goal of life. It's only accept you as the Supreme Lord and perform or execute your instructions. That is human life. That is the perfection. And Krishna says, why is it difficult? Other than worshipping him also here. Kleshodikatarastesham avyaktasaktachetasam avyaktahi gathir dukkam deha vabdir avapyate. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. It's very clear. Whose minds is on the unmanifest. Sometimes we go to meditation, meditate something formless. Sit in a dark room, close your eyes and start meditating. How do you can meditate? Even the Lord is saying it's not possible. That means can we make the Lord also as a lie? So I am very much perfect than the Lord. And Lord is saying it's very troublesome. It's not possible. To make progress, how should we do? And he's saying one more thing, because the embodied soul cannot do this, because we ourselves having a form, how could we consider that Lord is without form? That means he is inferior than us. That means we are superior to the Lord. See, sometimes in ignorance, that's what ignorance in the 15th chapter we'll see. You'll be able to see the whole world head down and leg up in that way because of ignorance. That is what we are seeing. In ignorance, we take all the wrong decisions. We think, oh, because Lord cannot see. In the 9th chapter, Krishna says, Avajananti ma muda manushim tanam ashrita. Because I come in the form of human, they think, I am not God. I'm an ordinary person. Yeah, I am also in a human race. So he cannot be God because he's in human form. Foolishness. We claim by our material intelligence. And then finally, you will come to a conclusion that Lord is not having any form. He is formless. Then you have to worship the light or something without any form. This is ignorance, complete ignorance we are in. In this way, we may not be able to make our life perfect. And we cannot, how come, for example, you're taking a wrong path? And see, it's very clear in, I think, Bhagavatam it is given very clearly. And in Bhagavad Gita, you can find in 2.2, the purport Prabhupada explains. Bhagavatam it is said, I'm forgetting that shloka. Jnanam Advayam. So it is the Jnana. What is Jnana? How to understand Krishna? It has been given. Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan iti Shabhyate. What is that? Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan iti Shabhyate. To understand the Lord, there is 3 ways. One is, the very first thing is Brahman. A person who is understanding the Lord as Brahman, a light, formless. And a person who is the next level is understanding in a Paramatma way. And the next person is Brahman realization. 3 kinds of realization. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti Shabhyate. Simple examples I'll give to understand this. For example, one guru sends 3 disciples. Go see the train and come. You know about train? Go to the railway station, see the train, and you come and explain. Okay, 3 persons, they go, all the 3 disciples are standing. One person sees, it was in the evening, a huge train with a big sound, it was coming, and he saw the light in the front. As soon as he saw this, he ran to the spiritual master. He said, my dear master, I have seen what is train. I know that. Train is a thing, it's an object, it makes a big sound and it comes with a light. That is train. Oh, very good. The other person was waiting for some more time. And he saw that with the light, there was an engine, which is the power of the train. It was making to move. Oh, he's seeing this. Once again, he ran. He said, I came to know the conclusion. That is train means which comes with a big sound and the light, and there's the engine, big machinery things which is taking. The third person was waiting till the end. And finally he came to the spiritual master and said, my dear master, I have a conclusive or a complete answer to this. That is, train is an object which it comes with a big sound, with a light, and there's an engine. And to that engine, there are many bogies connected. And the purpose of the train is to carry the passengers from one place to the other place. There are many passengers who come down, get down to this their destination. Others want to go to their other destination. They climb the train. This is the complete. Now, so which is wrong? Is anything wrong in this? No, all the three are correct. Because train is with light and this thing is correct. It comes with big sound. If we say train is with engine and light and sound, yes, that is also right. And a person who says train is with complete bogies and it is a thing which makes us to reach our destination from one place to other place, that is also right. But which is complete? The third one is complete. The same way we say the same Krishna has been worshipped as light. That is also Krishna. The light is nothing but the, what I can say, the effulgence of his body. The effulgence of body of Krishna is Brahma Jyoti. And that Brahma Jyoti's one spark is sun. And many claim that Brahma Jyoti as the Supreme Lord. And this is in the level of Jnana. Karma, Jnana, Dhyana, and Bhakti. Correct? So after karma is nothing but heavenly planets. We go for only for sense gratification. No other, what I can say, liberation part is there. But a Jnani who takes up the scriptures and reads and tries to understand, that person comes to this platform of Brahman realization and he wants to become one with the Lord, with that light, because he's not able to see anything beyond that. But a person yogi meditates yama, niyama, hasana, pranayama, pratyara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, is able to see Paramatma within his heart. He starts meditating on him. But a bhakta, a pure devotee who starts lovingly serve the Lord, is able to see the form of that. That is beyond that Goloka Vrindavana, where he is able to see the Lord. He concludes that yes, the light is also Krishna, Paramatma is also Krishna, and who personality who is in the Vaikuntha or Goloka Vrindavan is also Krishna. Is in a complete, as the third disciple who was saying that the whole train was explaining about the bogies, the passengers, everything like that. The person who understands this Bhagavan, who understands Krishna is complete. Is it clear? So it's very clear to make our life progress, which is the way we have to go. And Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he very clearly he clarifies everything. But even then, by illusion or by ignorance or with ego, we don't consider it. We say what the way I take, that is the right one. With my insignificant intelligence or my knowledge, whatever the decisions I take, it should be the perfect. That is our ego. So a person who is with egoistic cannot ever progress in his life. That's why in the very beginning, we request everyone to humbly pray to Guru and Krishna so that by their mercy, we might reduce our ego, purify ourselves by chanting and offering and taking prasadam, and at least progress in our life, at least by taking right path towards the. Okay, now we can see in this chat how difficult for an impersonalist and how easy for a devotee. Meditate on formless. Meditating something on the formless, it is so difficult. Meditate on deity form and having a beautiful form of the Lord. And you have so many opportunities to decorate him, dress him up, put a garland, say, prepare something, offer to him, build a relationship with the Lord, so many things. But in formless, what can we do? How can you taste it? How can you relish the relationship with the Lord? No way. And control the senses. Actually, all the senses are always active, making the senses to control, not engaging them in the service. Such a difficult process. Here, engage the senses. We are just engaging more and more the senses, purifying by the Lord's service. In the coming days, I'll say about this, explain how is this also. So, for example, take a knife. Knife has two things. When it comes to karma and akarma, vikarma, you see this. Take a knife. Actually, this is called some activities. What activities we do. It is binding us also and it is liberating us. A knife is given to a person, he just murders someone by that knife. So he's committing such a sinful activity. The same knife you are given to some other person, somebody is injured or something has happened to him. He makes a surgery out of that knife and saves the life of that person. The same knife. He is saving the life and it is killing a person. Okay. The same action that we are doing, it is making us to bind in this material world. It is liberating us also. Clear. and understand the Brahman through Upanishad, learn Sanskrit, non-perceptual feelings. Just to understand this Brahman, you have to read all the Upanishads, 108 Upanishads and all the 4 Vedas. So many difficult things you take. Even then it is incomplete. But see, a devotee is so simple. Navabhakti, Navavida Bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Sparanam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. He makes his life so perfect just by engaging in the Lord's service. Even we unknowingly, we don't know anything about the scriptures, but we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra on the beats. What is happening? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. 3 processes of Navavida Bhakti is already done. We're holding the japa beads, that is the lotus feet of the Lord, and just pulling towards us, inviting Krishna in our life, and we are chanting and hearing. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. All the 3 is done. And just little bit progress in our life, we'll be able to doing by service. Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmani. Everything will be completed in life. See, without knowing anything, already we have started our process of 3. Yeah. And this process is troublesome. This is easy and natural because our senses are always active. So we are engaging them. We are just doing our day-to-day life, what we are leading the same way. Only thing is changing the consciousness, not activities. Only consciousness we are changing, that is Krishna consciousness. There's no relationship with the Lord. Here, intimate personal relationship. We have our dear relationship with the Lord. As a friend, as our father, as a brother, or as however you want, you can take it. Okay? Then depends on our own endeavor. Here, as I given the example of crossing the road, he has to be in his own endeavor. Here, Krishna delivers devotee because he's having no other desires other than pleasing the Lord. So Krishna completely takes care. He's completely dependent on the Lord, so he completely takes care of. Then partial realization, even after so many troublesome acts we are taken, it's only Sat and Chit. But here, complete realization of Sat Chit Ananda is a form of bliss. You don't get realized in other way other than bhakti. Yes, you can think that you might come to a knowledge that I'm eternal. That is Sat. And Chit is knowledge. You can come to a platform of complete knowledge. You'll be able to understand the creation, the solar system, the universe, and many other things we might be able to understand, but not the bliss. You cannot experience the bliss other than engaging in bhakti. Yeah. Next, you can see here in this other section, Krishna is giving the options. Mind fixed on Krishna will live in relationship with Krishna. Very clearly, Krishna is saying the highest thing, completely 24/7, meditating on the Lord, engaging in the Lord's service. That is what we are practicing now. There's so many devotees who woke up early morning. Why you are coming here? To hear something, the message of the Lord. And for this, you think something, let me be ready for this. Let me take bath. Taking bath is also as considered now spiritualized. You are not getting any sinful reactions for this. Are you taking bath also you get sinful reaction? Yes. By taking bath also we kill so many invisible creations. So we are committing some mistake there, some killing part, some action is happening. So we are getting that results. But you are doing this for the Lord. There is no actions. And you start preparing something. Cooking daily is happening. But here the consciousness that you're cooking for the Lord. Automatically no reaction for that. Lighting a fire, definitely there is something you're killing. Some invisible creatures has been killed there. So you are then saved by that sinful act. In this way, our life becomes perfect. See, now, at least for timing, something we are doing and going. This is called Vaidhi Bhakti. Once you understand the purpose of life, the completeness of life, then you take up the whole life in Krishna consciousness. Every moment you just meditate on Krishna. And what happens? The whole life, all the activities, sleeping, standing, sitting, everything becomes Krishna consciousness. That is the highest stage. And Krishna is saying if this is not possible, then he gives another. That is, follow regulative principles of sadhana bhakti, develops desire to attain me. If they are not at this level, at least you can chant for me. Actually, we are all somewhere in this position. Chanting, offering prasadam to the Lord, engaging in the sadhana bhakti, doing our sadhana, to make us perfect. And the next, work for Krishna. If this is not possible, many say, I cannot chant, I cannot wake up. You can see this, our group also. We have sent this message to thousands and thousands, but how many have joined? So somewhere around 500 or 600 have joined the group. Then how many are attending? Hardly 100. Isn't it? Krishna also says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit etati siddhaye. There are millions, but only few can come up to this platform of perfection. Among them, only few who can take up this devotional service. Among them, it's only few who can understand me in perfect. It's very rare. Sudurlabham. It's very rare. It's very difficult. Not everyone can attend. So if you're not able to do this sadhana, then Krishna says, work for Krishna. Will reach the stage of devotional service. See, somewhere or other, you were able to come to that perfection stage. At least now you're not able to do this. Do some service to me. At least on the festivals, when there is Krishna Janmashtami, when there is Ramanavami, when there is some festival, come to the temple, clean the temple, serve the prasadam. You can see so many members, devotees of members of the temple who come to our temple during services. And here also you have so many opportunities to serve. As we are taking online classes, as you can see, Chandrasekhar Prabhu, Raju Prabhu, Pramod Prabhu, they're doing so many services background. So your sadhana report, your quiz link, and so many things are posted, and they're taken care, and for some questions have been answered. Many things in this way. They're doing the service. In this way, you can engage in some other service when you're not able to progress more. Then I'm not able to serve also. I'm very lazy. I cannot do anything. Krishna gives another opportunity. And he says renunciation, cultivation of knowledge and meditation, purification, peace, gradually develop. So he gives a list of things in the other ways, many ways you can come, and finally somewhere you can become a donor. Purify yourself. How is that? Becoming a donor. You can see this donations people give. What is that donation? Going to a temple and putting something in the hundi, donating for the temple, donating for the Lord. We have lakhs of rupees. But when you do something to the Lord, so everything is purified. As you do the offering part, you give in a bowl and keep in front of the Lord and offer. Finally, you take that and mix to a main dish. So everything gets transformed to prasadam, divine. So whole wealth is being getting purified by offering something to the Lord. That is donation. Actually, many think donors are great. You can see many temples, they give great respect to the donors. He is the person who has donated so many lakhs. He is the person who has donated this portion of the temple, something like this. But actually, that is the last in devotional service. He is not able to do any of the things. So he has given the opportunity to purify himself by, that's what Krishna says, karmanyevadhikarasya paleshu kadachana ma karma phalayaturu mate sangostu karma. After doing your activities, you are not having any right to acquire everything or the results, because everything belongs to Krishna. Finally, offer the results to Krishna. This is at least you can become perfect in your life. This is the lowest stage, that is to become a donor. But a person, don't think this is all different personalities. It can be the same person. Same person can be a donor. He can work for Krishna. He can do sadhana bhakti, and he'll be always meditating on the Lord. Same person will be doing all the levels, or there will be different levels of devotees also. Clear? But here I should understand in which level I am and how should I progress. And now we can see in the verses how Krishna is explaining this. Mayeva mana adatsva Mayi buddhim niveshaya nivashishyasi mayeva atha urdhvam na samshayaha. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me, as you will live in me always without a doubt. Definitely you'll come to my abode, supreme abode, just by always meditating on me and engaging all your intelligence in my service. That's what I was saying. As we are doing this online service, you all can come forward. You all can have your own intelligence, utilize in Krishna's service. Prabhuji, we can do in this way, we can do in the other way, so that we can spread this message to all. This is the way we can promote, and this is how there are many devotees who are coming forward, and they're doing according to their intelligence. And Krishna is very happy with it. In this way, some or the other, we are making this material world to a spiritual world. Clear? In this way, we can progress ourselves. And sadhana bhakti, if you're not in that position completely 24/7, you cannot do. At least we can do the sadhana bhakti. 1 round, 2 rounds, 4 rounds. It's up to 16 rounds. Or reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. It depends in 24 hours how much time you are giving to the Lord. Then atha chittam samadhatam na shaknosi mai stiram abhyasa yogena tato mam ichaptam dhananjaya. My dear Arjuna, oh winner of wealth, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation. See Krishna, how compassionately is giving so many options. You are not able to fix your mind upon me without deviation, then what you can do? Then follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. In this way, develop a desire to attain. At least you do start your devotional service. Start your sadhana bhakti. See, you're saying without chanting, we cannot progress. This is Kali Yuga process, many things like this. You think Rajavasis, that Vrindavan Vasis, they were chanting every day, holding the bag? No, they were not chanting. Naturally, they were in Krishna consciousness. They were in the first level. They were in Krishna consciousness. But we are so materialistic people, we are not even able to understand. And there's the whole atmosphere, the whole world is making us to come away from the Lord. So we should have a practice of sadhana. Our newspapers, our TV channels, our many things, everything is making us to make us a great demon of it. To come away from the Lord, to engage more and more in sense gratification. But it's not that powerful. But you can see the scriptures, it makes us more and more close to the Lord, showing the path of liberation. Okay. So because we are in this condition, then we have to chant and follow the rules and regulations of the spiritual master and the scriptures. Follow, chant regularly, at least in Brahma Murta you should do. At least fine at any time. You should chant, offer prasadam to the Lord. This is sadhana. And here you can see rules and regulations of bhakti. It's very simplified. It is not so difficult as a yogi does. As I was saying, learn the sitting posture, it takes 12 years, the muktas. Covering all the 9 holes and making to stand, making the life air to spill to one position itself takes 12 years. In Bhakti Yoga, it's not so difficult. See, guidance of spiritual master. First thing, acceptance. Have faith on spiritual master, whatever he says, accept. What Srila Prabhupada is saying, accept to his words. Yes, my dear master, I'll accept your words. I'll start chanting from today. I'll start offering prasadam. Lord, it is simple. Rise early, definitely. Bhakti means, devotional service means morning. Because morning is the time of Satuguna, the mode of goodness. Afternoons it becomes Rajaguna, night it becomes Tamu. So morning and especially Brahma Murta Samaya, Brahma Murta time it is Shuddha Sattva. So not only goodness, it is pure goodness. It is beyond goodness. Goodness also is material quality, but pure goodness is spiritual. Rising early, yes, definitely. By rising early, you can progress more faster in our spiritual life. And many were giving the excuse not attending the session was not able to wake up in the morning. But it is so difficult. Yes, in Kannada there's a proverb, without making the hand dirt, you cannot eat. Without working hard, you cannot have your food. Same way, just to take Krishna, the supreme personality of God, it should come to our life. Some endeavor should waking up early morning, chanting this kind, something should be there. Yes. Then enter temple and offer prayers. Regularly going to the temples. So many things to say on this. Those days we should see their lifetimes, how they were. Anywhere, I'm saying about my family. Whenever we go to other places, the very first thing, if you go to a village or a town or a city, anywhere, before going to any house, our prime duty is to go to a temple, have darshan of the Lord, and then go and visit. Even going and seeing the bridegroom or bride, something like this. So whenever we go anywhere outside, the most important thing, and even for work, whenever they used to go to the job, they at their time they go. First, they go to the temple, have darshan of the Lord, have some kumkum vibhuti or anything on their forehead, then they go to the work. Nowadays, then how we are degrading? This was their nature. In later part, what happened? They started not going to the temple, and now, at least on the way, having this two-wheelers or something going on there, seeing the temple outside, they say, "Arey, wow, seeing the Lord and seeing the Gopurama, the Shikaya, both are same. So let us have darshan outside." Then some they give the plain kiss to the temple, giving a kiss to the Lord and just going. And nowadays, they're least bothered that I should go a temple visit. Nothing is there now. How we are degrading day after day, and how we are becoming more going far away from the Lord. And chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, offer flowers to deities. Just offering flowers to deities, so much karmic results will be lost just by offering a flower or offering something to the Lord. Just to make this more authentic, I'll give a small story. It's not a story, it's an incident. So once it is given in scriptures, a person, he was very, what I can say, impious person. Only wrong things he has done in whole life. Not even a single good thing he has done. He was eating, he was a non-vegetarian, he was drinking, he was a womanizer, he was, what I can say, cruel person, sinful activities, everything he has done. Now his death has come and he has died, and the Yamadutas are carrying him to the Yamaloka. There, Yamadharma Raja, he asked Chitragupta, see this person's history, what is his results? And the Chitragupta watches his results, everything, and he says, he has to spend more than some million years in this hell, and only 1 minute in heaven. What? 1 minute in heaven and some millions of years in this hell. And this person was hearing this, only 1 minute in heaven and so many millions of years in hell. Now, Yamadharma Raja is giving an option. My dear boy, you can decide whether you want to spend your life first in the hell or the heaven. Then first he asks, how did I get that opportunity to be in heaven for 1 minute? Then Chitragupta, he says that sometime when you are taking bath in a river with all the ladies along with you, are just enjoying there, and you are offering flowers to them. By mistake, one flower missed your hand and fell in the river. And anyhow, it is going to be a waste. You said, Krishna Arpanamastu. That one result, because I offered a flower to Krishna, 1 minute you can be in heaven. Now, this person was very intelligent. He said to the Yamadharma Raja, first I want to experience this heavenly planet for 1 minute. And Yamadharma Raja was laughing. Arey, you have millions of years to suffer. First you suffer. At least later part you can be, 1 minute you can spend in this heaven. He says, no. I want to spend the happiness first. Let me be in heaven for 1 minute. Okay. He asked the Yamadutas, take him to the heaven for 1 minute. So as soon as he entered this heavenly planet, heavenly planet is filled with Parijata flowers. The most precious or the most special flowers is Parijata flowers. He just had a knife. He took the knife from the Yamadutas and started cutting all the flowers and saying, Krishna Arpanamastu, Krishna Arpanamastu. He just cut all the flowers in this 1 minute. Then later part, the Yamadutas, yes, your time is up in heaven, you come. They took him to this Yamaloka once again. And then once again, they saw the book of this person, and all his sins were cleared. And it was said that permanently he'll be living for this millions of years in this heaven. Just offering flowers. And many times in our life, many things happens. Sometimes we keep the milk on the stove and it boils and comes out. Sometimes, we take it out. And then we can say, Krishna Arpanamastu. Anything is missed from our hand, some ghee or oil is spilled down, Krishna Arpanamastu. This is how you can meditate on the Lord, and you're getting results also for that. Mistakenly you're doing something, and even that you're offering to the Lord, you're getting results to it. We should understand what is life. That's why Bhagavad Gita scriptures help us to make us perfect. Okay. Then cook for deities, honor prasadam, constant hearing of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam from pure devotees. This is how we should tune our life, not always going to the materialistic life and spoiling our present and future also. The qualification, anyone can do results, surety of love. Definitely we get this love of God, and anyone can do. Even small kids can do, old women can do, men can do, young boys can do, whoever. From the age of 5 to 100, or you are up to whatever the age you are. Karma Yoga. Krishna says here, Abhyase pyasamartosi mat karma paramo bhava madartham api karmani urvan siddhim avapsyasi. If you cannot practice the regulations of Bhakti Yoga, then just try to work for me, because my working for me, you will come to the perfect. As I was saying, at least on the festivals days, every day you can go to the temple and start serving. Some the other service you engage. And here in Kannada batches also, I engage everyone in one other service. Without service, we cannot be permanently in Krishna consciousness. We have to start. This is called Karma Yoga also. And you have to start working for Krishna, for the pleasure of Krishna. If one cannot follow regulatory principles, then he can take up this, engage all external senses in working for Krishna. Work for Krishna's benefit, you will come to the perfect stage. So, and the work also should be for the benefit of the Lord, not having selfish desires. I have to have some name and fame for this. Not in that way. It's for pleasure of the Lord. Then give up the results. The last one is Ataitat apeksat Tosi kartum madhyogam ashritaha sarva karma palatyagam tata kuru yatatmavan. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated. This is called perfection of Karma Yoga, where you work for ourselves. For my sense gratification, I do. Finally, the results at least has to be offered. Some donations has to be given to the Lord. Some of my possessions, whatever I have, has to be given in the Lord's service. At least from there, at least I can get completely purified. At least I can come to the next level by doing this. If I don't do anything, then I'll be the most abominable person, the karma, sinner of the sinners. So somewhere I can purify myself from this level. Now, devotee's position. How a devotee behaves with himself, with the Lord and the living entities. You can see qualities that endear one to Krishna, which becomes very dear to Krishna. This kind of attitudes, this kind of character or our actions becomes more dear to the Lord. Qualities that endear one to Krishna is attitude towards oneself. How do we behave to ourselves? And dealing with other living entities, there's so many creatures. How do we deal with everyone? And reaction when things happen to them. Anything happens to them, how do they deal? And dealings with the Lord. The Lord, how the relationship is there. There's all this thing we can see in this. An attitude towards oneself. Nirmama, free from sense of proprietorship. You can see in this, the 13th verse. Nirmama. So giving up the proprietorship. Just understanding our constitutional position. Jivera Surupai Krishnara Nityadas. Free from false ego, knows that I am not the body. Coming up to the right knowledge that I am a soul, that is Mamai Vamsha Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, part and parcel of the Lord. So engage in the Lord's service is my perfection. Clear? Not to be in the illusion that I am this body. I have to satisfy my senses. My body is the prime duty of mine. It's an illusion. Gata Vyataha, pain-free. In this, automatically it will become pain-free. Matra sparshasya gaunte shitoshna sukha dukkha agama payinu nityastam siddhikshasva bharata. Will be equal in all pain or a happy moment or a sorrow moment, everything. Why you understand the purpose of this material world? It is dukkhalayam ashashvatam. You happily take whatever comes to our life. Yeah? Then sarvarambha parityagi, free from all endears. So he is responsible free now. This is to the pure devotee, not to us. He is responsible free. You don't have any responsibilities of it because he's free from everything, because he's completely absorbed in the thoughts of the Lord. Then dealings with other living entities, the most important thing. How do we deal with other living entities? Something, a mosquito is just coming, even if it is not by bitten us, even if it does not have, we tap and kill it. We see some mosquitoes, we kill it. We see some ants, we kill. Isn't it? We don't have any compassion to this. Mercilessly, we start killing it. This is how we deal our life with other living entities. And today's atmosphere, with today's nature, what is happening? Killing so many trees, making everything as a, before how wonderful the creation was, how wonderful the world was. Now what is happening? It is becoming everything concrete. And nowadays, can you ever see the sparrow? You're not able to see the sparrows, And those days, you can have so many beautiful voices. Early morning, you wake up, you can see these cuckoo birds making the sound, this thing, sparrows, and so many birds were there, and the parrots, everything were near my house, I'm saying. So many birds used to do the sound. And today, there is no trees also, there's no birds also. And this signals of this mobiles, it has been 2G to 3G, 4G, 5G, killing all the animals, killing all the birds. What is happening? Which direction are we going? It's more important. How in those days, how they were giving their life to save a bird or save an animal. The Shibi Maharaj, you should know the name of Shibi Maharaj, a great king. Once what happened, his name and fame was all the three words. So Indra, he thought, I should test him. How can he be such a great personality? So it was Agni and Indra, they changed their form. So Agni became a pigeon and Indra became an eagle. He started attacking this pigeon. And that pigeon came to this assembly of this king, Shibi Maharaj, and sat on his lap and he started requesting, please protect me from this eagle. It is attacking me. Then Shibi Maharaj gave a word to that pigeon that you have entered my assembly. You have taken protection of this Shibi Maharaj. I will protect you. I can keep my life in between you and I can save you. Meanwhile, Indra was waiting outside. So he came in the form of eagle. He came to attack this pigeon. The king stopped. He said, I have given a word to this pigeon that I'll protect. Then he said, whatever you need, I can give. Then the eagle said, Are, what kind of a king are you? King is a person who pleases all the prajas. Praja means it includes even the pigeon and eagle, everything. You have to satisfy everyone. So, okay, I'll give you whatever the food you need. Then the eagle says, Are, I've already got a prey. I've already got my food in my hands. You're snatching that from me. And you think you're giving something other than that. No, I need that pigeon. He gives so many dealings or so many options. The eagle says, no, I need that pigeon. Finally, Shibi Maharaj will say, I'll give you the flesh of my body equivalent to the weight of this pigeon. This is what the Indra was waiting in the form of the eagle. He says, yes, this deal is okay for me. I can take. Then a scale was brought in the assembly and he made the pigeon to sit in one scales. One side, he started cutting his, thigh portion, the flesh. He cut in his knife and he just dropped. Just piercing a small needle, it's so painful. To protect that pigeon, he's giving his own body's flesh. And actually, they have come to test him. This Agni, he increased his weight. He's just cutting his flesh and he's putting, he's cutting his flesh and he's putting. The weight is not coming to equivalent to that pigeon. Then he starts cutting his other portion of his leg and finally cuts his legs and whole leg has been kept. No, the weight, it is not becoming equivalent to that pigeon. Then finally he takes the help of the minister. He makes his hands to cut and keep in there. That is also not happening. Finally, his whole body was offered to protect that pigeon. Then finally, Indra and Agni, they take their real form. Then they'll make the Shibi Maharaj to come to his normal body. Then they say, now I come to know how great are you, how compassionate you are to the prajas or to your citizens. So this was the position of those days kings. So they are so great. We mercilessly start killing everyone. How can we become? How can we be human beings at least? So we are living in such kind of a world. At least we should purify ourselves, at least understand what is life. Okay? Equal to friends and enemies, being equal to all. Don't have any grudge or envious on others. Somebody is better than us. Be happy. Somewhere I'm difficulties, he'll be there to protect me. Let him grow more than me. Wrong in that. In Udasina, without cares and always free from contaminating association and silence. So always be very cautious in which association am I? Whose association I'm taking? If I'm taking the association of a drunkard, what happens? He'll teach us how to drink. Let us go to the bar and drink there. Spoil my life. But if you take association of devotee, he says, come, let us go to a temple, chant, make our life perfect, something like this. So we should know whom to associate. See, and reacting to situations, satisfied, and neither rejoices nor grieves over material gain or loss. This is what happens, always satisfied. Then self-controlled, complete, perfect mistake, neither laments nor desires. Tolerant, transcendental in face of all kinds of auspicious, inauspicious, and sinful acts. Once you become tolerant, no? Once we start accepting our life, there's nothing called like auspicious and inauspicious. Everything becomes auspicious. We saw this in the first chapter. Because the presence of the Lord made everything auspicious, isn't it? Once Krishna is in our life, there's nothing called inauspicious. All the time, let it be Guli Kala, Rahu Kala, whatever the Kala, everything becomes the auspicious time for us because Krishna is with us. Then, equipoised in happiness and distress, equipoised in dualities. We'll be able to see that our life is filled with dualities. No? Right and wrong, top and down, left and right. So many things, black and white, light and dark. Everything is filled with dualities. That is the material world. But once you take up this Krishna consciousness, you'll be able to come out of this duality. You'll be able to see the original thing. You'll be able to see the truth. By the influence of this duality, you can see only duality. You can see one or the other. That is not truth. That is false. You will come to the platform of Vaikuntha vision. The reality vision you will be able to see by coming to Krishna consciousness. Then, Anapekshata, neutral, does not care about any resistance. Because the whole universe belongs to you. Why do you need a house now? That is what great yogis or great sadhus, devotees, they go to Vrindavan, they just lie down on some tree because whole universe belongs to them. They don't think that this tree belongs to me, this house belongs to me. They're not like us, very insignificant creatures. They're so broad-minded that whole universe belongs to you. Everything, whatever belongs to Krishna is mine. So in this way, you don't fix to one residence. Then Suchi, pure, and Daksha, expert. All this automatic, all good qualities, emanateness when we become Krishna conscious. Dealing with the Lord, mind and intelligence fixed entirely on the Supreme Lord, engaged in devotional service, fixed in the Lord's service. As I was saying from the day one, constant. 18 days attending is more important, constantly being. Many decide in 2 or 3 days, this is not for me, it's some sadhana, they're saying, hey, I cannot do this, that way. Don't have this determination. Be fixed. Krishna will be fixed. You can see here the Sudama and Krishna, how he is embracing, what is the position he gave to his devotee. So try to be devotees. Okay. And here the last Krishna says, who is very, very dear to him. Ye tu dharmamritam midam yatoktam paryupasate shraddhanamat parama bhaktastetiva metriyaha. Those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and who completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, very, very dear to me. Something a person like Srila Prabhupada. In coming days, one day we'll read or see a video of Prabhupada's biography. You can see how dear he was to Krishna. At the age of 5 years, he started his devotional service. Krishna will be so dear to the devotees who have taken this path of devotional service. Not even yogis. Krishna says in one verse, Naham tishtami Vaikuntha. I am not in Vaikuntha. Naham tishtami yogi hridayeshu. I am not in yogi's heart also. I am not in Vaikuntha, but I am in place where Gayanti mad bhaktaha, where my Devotees are singing my glories, where they are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, where they are doing Kirtan, I reside there. In Padma Purana, I say this. Even then, have hearing everything, knowing everything, still we don't engage ourselves in devotional service. Definitely, we are not intelligent persons. Last Krishna is saying that he is very, very dear to me. At least to be dear to Krishna, we have to engage in devotional service. Take the example of Srila Prabhupada. In 10 years, he was able to make the whole world Krishna consciousness. 108 temples in 10 years. Such a great personality. Not only was a devotee, made everyone devotees. So he'll be very dear to the Lord. Even if we try to follow in the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada, even we become very dear. Okay. Now in 12th chapter, what all we saw? Many things. God, and the very basic thing or the most important thing, how should we worship the Lord? Formless or form? It's clear answer. Krishna's form. Okay, then options. If you're not able to come to the highest platform, at least you can do sadhana. If not sadhana, at least some activities to the Lord, karma yoga. Even not that possible, some offerings you can give to the Lord. Some donations or somewhere, something you can do and become yourself perfect. Then devotees' disposition, how the devotees deal with themselves, with the living entities, and with the Lord. Notice tomorrow. And from tomorrow, we'll be starting Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga is a little difficult. Definitely, there's some technical words in this Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnanam, Nyayam, many things like this. So anyhow, it will be very simplified by Srila Prabhupada's purports. We'll be able to very easily able to understand this, and I'll make more simplified by giving some stories and some things. Okay, from tomorrow, the 6 chapters will be Jnani. And tomorrow we'll be seeing the wise questions, what Arjuna asks and how Krishna is answering. And he'll say the items of knowledge. Some 20 qualities. He'll say, this is knowledge. Other than this is all complete ignorance. You can see what is that 20 qualities. Then the difference between soul and super soul and enlightened. A person who's enlightened with this knowledge, how he deals. What will be his ultimate. Now there is a quiz link. So I request everyone to please attend this. Let us chant once Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Tata chaivottamam loke tapa Shri Hari Kirtanam kalau yuge Visheshena Vishnu Prityai Samachare. In this way, the most perfect penance to be executed in this world is the chanting of the name of Lord Sri Hari. This has been said in Skanda Purana. Especially in the age of Kali, one can satisfy the Supreme Lord Vishnu by performing Sankirtana. By chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he'll be able to satisfy the Lord. Other yugas, many things. Satyuga, they'll meditate for thousands of years. In the Treta Yuga, they will do yajna. That is also for many hundreds of years, they do this yajna. And in Dwapar Yuga, they do Vigraharadhana. That's why we see many big temples in Tamil Nadu, Andhra. Do Vigraharadhana. In Kali Yuga, no way you get perfect. No way you will be qualified to satisfy the Lord other than chanting Hare Krishna. Clear? Lakshmi Narasimhadev, Gandharva Giridhari, and ISKCON HP. So, anyone having any questions, please raise your hands. Meanwhile, you can see some announcements from Chandrasekhar. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for wonderful explanation. So let me share my screen. Quick report sharing. Yes. So I hope you are able to see my screen, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. So yesterday around 68 devotees attended the session and 43 participated in quiz. And 29 devotees did the chanting and 24 performed the Naivedya.
Okay, Prabhu. Any questions?
Yes, Prabhu. One question is there from Praveen Kumar Prabhu. After seeing Lord Krishna's universal form, the knowledge of Sanatana Dharma should have been available on whole Prithvi, but it's only available in Bharata. Why the other parts of the globe have no clue about Sanatana Dharma?
How can we claim that is only Bharata when India is not having this knowledge now? Otherwise, what is the purpose that I have to come here and take a Bhagavad Gita class for everyone? Isn't it? We are degrading.
Yes.
We are degrading. So this knowledge, when Lord showed the universal form, it was all over the world. As they started degrading, it was shrinking. It came only to this place, the Bharata Bhumi. Then now we can't even find even in this Bharata Bhumi also. So we are making such kind of classes and making everyone. And those days, they used to read the Vedas, they used to read the shlokas. Bhagavad Gita shlokas were read and they were able to understand. And nowadays, Prabhupada has forced to give purports to make to understand this Bhagavad Gita. And now, like me, someone is forced to say stories. And by that stories make to understand, even that purport has become difficult. I think in the coming future, even the purport should have another purport for that to understand. So much we are getting degraded. First it was verse. Then for the verse, they came translation to understand better. Then for the translation, purport came. Now in which level we are not able to understand that purport also. So for that purport, we need another purport explanation. That is the way we are degrading from day after day. So you're saying only Bharata Bhumi. Now in this position you are. I hope if you don't come to Krishna consciousness, your next generations, they'll say, why only in my house? That will be the position. Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. I think Lavanya Mataji has raised her hand.
Okay. Lavanya Mataji.
Hare Krishna
And
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
I don't have any question. I have small request. I want you to record the audio of Kirtan and send in the group. On listening to that Kirtan, I feel very happy and pleasant. That's why I'm requesting. I searched in YouTube, but I found like a different tune. What you sing now, that is really pleasing me.
Okay, Mataji. Tomorrow.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes, yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, we can announce that we are gathering at Electronic City so that Mataji can come and see the live Kirtan.
Yes. See, every Saturday we gather in Electronic City, Ashtalakshmi Temple. Anyhow, in the group today, I think Chandrasekhar Prabhu will be posting. So who is near, you can come there.
Sure, Prabhuji.
So you can
I think most of the people in this group are closer to Electronic City. So
yeah.
I expect to
You can come there, you can experience Kirtan, and there'll be explanation of one verse and Prashadam, many things. All can come and experience. And if possible, I'll say request Chandrasekhar Prabhu to record tomorrow this Kirtan and send.
Yeah,
Okay.
Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. If no other questions, then we'll wind up for today. Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you. I thank each and every devotee who have taken the pain to wake up early morning yourself and come to this session. Definitely, this course is difficult, but only by endeavor you can succeed in it. You can get something great, having a little bit difficulties. So whoever is getting this, definitely you're all very much fortunate. Definitely Krishna will be pleased by some endeavor that we're taking up. Okay? I thank each and every devotee for participating in today's session. So let us chant once Hare Krishna Mahamudra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Thank you to all. So now you can say once Hare Krishna and the session. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna
Krishna Prabhu.
Kishore Prabhu,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Arun
Krishna.
Kumar Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Suman Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Shashidharaya Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Nandara.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna
Anjana
Prabhuji.
Mataji, Hare Krishna. Vinuta
Hare
Mataji,
Krishna Prabhuji.
Jai Sudha Mataji, Hare Krishna. Jai Shankar Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Sridhar Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Priya Vinod, Hare Krishna. Meda Mataji, Manjunath Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Hare Krishna to all. Pramod Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Rajesh Chandrasekhar Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Pramod Prabhu, Raju Prabhu. Hare Krishna to all. Thank you for joining the session. We'll continue chapter 13 tomorrow.